While drilling for oil, the crew uncovered what looked like a human-shaped cocoon buried deep underground. Since they couldn't communicate with the man inside, they decided to take him back to base. But the moment a guard got distracted, the man suddenly snatched the knife from his hand and tried to stab himself. No matter how hard he pressed, though, the blade wouldn't pierce his skin, as if some unseen force was holding it back. Then, tendrils began writhing out of his eyes and mouth. Alarmed, the guard lunged forward and tried to strangle him, but the man's strength was overwhelming. He slammed the guard to the ground. A longer tentacle burst out from within the man's body and forced its way down the guard's throat. By the time the guard managed to break free, the man was already reduced to a shriveled corpse. When the foreman rushed in and demanded an explanation, the guard claimed he couldn't remember anything. What he didn't realize was that he had already become the monster's new host. Later, back in his room, he began noticing strange changes. His body no longer seemed entirely under his control. At one point, he lashed out and struck his roommate. But his roommate wasn't about to take it quietly. He fought back hard. That's when the tentacle emerged again. It wrapped around the roommate's legs, yanking him off balance. He smashed his head against the edge of the table and died instantly. Meanwhile, the professor had finished analyzing samples. Blood tests confirmed that the man they dug up was indeed human. An assistant also discovered an algae-like organism on the man's skin. These creatures acted like a biological shield, capable of parasitizing the human body and forming a protective membrane. That's how the man had survived underground. Elsewhere, the host tried to cover up the murder. He attempted to drag the body out to the countryside for disposal. Unfortunately, two co-workers happened to pass by. One spotted the corpse and immediately drew his gun, raising the tension. Just then, the tentacle struck again. Startled out of his mind, the armed co-worker accidentally shot himself dead. The driver, horrified, fired at the host, only to watch him collapse into a puddle of flesh. He peered out curiously, only to be instantly killed by the monster lurking beneath the car. When the professor and his team finally arrived, they witnessed something beyond belief.